working vertical. So let's firstly just look at a few key points. One is anything that is pulled below will be graduated. Anything lifted above will be layered. So that's firstly the influence on our elevation. We know the lower we go, the heavier. Now let's look at our distribution, our finger angle or our cut line. This means the angle we're going to work at. If we're sitting quite close to the head, we're going to have a softer shape with less weight. If we drop our angle lower, we're going to increase the length of the top section and we're going to increase the weight. So that means we're going to have a heavier shape with a lower guideline. So wherever we cut this particular section here, the top of our vertical, that's going to determine where the weight will sit. So the shorter we go, the higher, the lower we go, the lower. So we're going to begin our section, keeping our tension groomed neat as we pull straight out from the head and we start to cut our vertically triangular shape. What makes this triangular is that we're directing the length towards the top of the section, which is going to help us to build our weight. Remember, we're not angling our fingers too low, which means we're not going to have a very heavy or prominent weight line. In working in this way, where we only have a very, very subtle triangular shape, is going to give us a much more softer and fluid start to our graduation. So remember, by cutting this way, we've only got a slight disparity between the lengths. It's only slightly longer at the top. And also remember that the position and choice of length determines where the weight line will sit. Once we've completed our first section, we're going to use that as a guideline, but by pivoting. So we're not looking to over direct onto the previous here, but we're looking to pivot each section off its own base. The guideline is always going to come from the center. So each section being pivoted means that we're able to transition the control that started vertical, which gave us control of the weight line. But then as we pivot, we're able to get full control over the shape traveling side to side, which means we're able to really monitor and assess how the weight is building and how the shape is transitioning from being shorter in the middle to getting slightly longer to behind the ear. So pivoting is all about being able to transition control from one point to another. In this instance, we started vertical and we ended on a 4 diagonal, sitting really close to the horizontal. But now we need to create a second guideline. We have the vertical, but now we're going to create a horizontal guideline. So we're going to take small sections at the nape and we're going to cut a guideline here. This means that as you do pivot, it's going to become really easy to know where to cut and why. This takes the guesswork out of just